Yes, folks. Another one. A Daisy Rock. And I know there are people questioning my integrity because I've been doing videos about Daisy Rock lately. And the uninitiated just think they're a joke company who make girls' guitars that are toys. It's not the case at all. This is the, I'll put the full model number on, but basically this is the Daisy Rock Venus with the pearloid finish. It's really quite lovely. It's got the mini humbuckers, simple controls, string through design, mahogany neck, really nice vine inlays, matching headstock, and I'm not sure if these are real Grovers or if they're imitation, but they're certainly very, very nice. So got a nice little tone to it. All the positions sound great. These are really nice guitars, and you know what, when I did a quick search on YouTube, the videos I found of these being touted on YouTube were all guys, were all fellas. So it may be a guitar company run by girls making guitars for girls, but you know, I've seen a couple of very pleased males playing these guitars, talking about how good they are. The sustain, the set neck, it's got an interesting matching pearl compartment on the back. I like the shape of these. I grew up playing my first guitar was one of the Yamaha SG looking guitars, the SBK. I think 1550 black one that Santana used to play before he moved to PRS, and it very much has this sort of shape, a little bit different because this top fin's still a little bit longer, but certainly some of the other Yamahas, definitely the new Rev Stars, have this kind of shape to where it's almost equal fins on top, but this one's slightly longer. It's a nice look though, it's well done. It's just a super guitar. It has a very slightly smaller what's the word I'm looking for? The phrase went right out of my head. It has a smaller string length. So from the nut to the saddle, it's 24 3/4. So it's a little bit shorter than a standard Les Paul or most double cut guitars, but the neck is slender. It's a very slender sort of C profile neck. They're designed for girls' hands, at least that's what they advertise. So it's very slender, very nicely tapered going up. It's very easy to get around the top of it here. But even with my big hands, it's very comfortable. It's a very comfortable guitar. It just plays really nice. It does seem to have a black graphite nut. And the inlays are not just all pearloid. There are, I don't know if I can get this on the camera, but there are certain parts of the inlays, the flower bits, that are abalone and possibly other shells. Looks like abalone, maybe cowrie. It's really nicely done. Look at that top fret there. Now, if you're not a fan of bling, fair play to you, because I love playing guitars, and I don't necessarily go for bling either. But I've seen these kinds of fretboard inlays that are really gaudy and just almost embarrassing. This is actually a very classy design. You know, it's sort of has a Celtic appeal. with the vines going up, but it's very nicely done. It's not tacky in any way. It's just a classy design. It's aesthetically pleasing. The perloid finish, I think they do this in a couple of different colors. One is more silver white. This one is slightly sort of burnished yellow. And the parts are really, really good. The string through obviously is for sustain. They're just nicely built guitars, and I know that Daisy Rock probably has a lot of low-end stuff that causes people to think that it's not a serious company, but I think stuff like this, and I know that 95% of you watching this video, this is not going to be your cup of tea, all right? Your Tele, Strat, and Les Paul players, serious guitarists who look for proper guitars, and something like this is cringeworthy for you. Fair enough, but let me tell you, it is nicely made. It's a well-made guitar, and if I had a 11, 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old kid, particularly a daughter, wanting an electric, I wouldn't think twice about getting one of these. It's that well made. And of course, it's made in China. But that is not the kiss of death these days. There are a lot of good guitars coming out of China that have good specs and good joinery and making appeal to them. This one is a very nice guitar. It plays really well. It feels really good. It's a little bit heavy, but most of this style, these double cut sort of Les Paul style guitars tend to have some heft to them. It's as well as the perloid top. It has sort of an abalone binding around the side, which gives it even more sparkle. But it's not. It's really not overt. It's not gaudy. It's kind of classy the way they've done it. There's again the headstock with the matching. Not my favorite headstock shape, but certainly not the worst. The tuners look like Grovers, but I can't tell if they are or not. I doubt it. They might be, actually they say Grover on them, and maybe they are. They're very nice tuners, by the way. So this is a very nice guitar, and these sell. This is not a cheap guitar. These sell for around, I've seen them going used 350, 400, and 450 and up, new. So they're very reputable. I think the fretboard is actually ebony with the really nice inlay, which of course adds to the weight of the guitar. So the only thing about this guitar, if it were for a young girl or a young kid, the weight is a little bit on the heavy side. But other than that, it's a really, really nice playing guitar. It's I've been inside this thing. I've done a setup on it, and take it from me, it's a pretty nicely made guitar. It sounds good. It's appealing for the right person. So there you go. There you have the Daisy Rock Venus electric guitar, and I will put the full description, or sorry, model number, in the description for the video, so you have that information, because I know secretly you want to go out and buy one. But if you do, I'll probably throw a couple of these up on my Reverb page if anybody wants one. Alright, see you next time.